With us, Miss Sandra Scott-Knight.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being a part of Black History Highlights. And so we'll get right into it. So your life has been filled with a passion for social justice.
Yes.
So how did that come about?
Well, I think it started when I was in the second grade. I went to Andrew J. Brown School and elementary school, and we would walk home every day. There was a Trailway bus station, and little kids always like water. I don't know why we were always fascinated with water fountains. And they had a water fountain there, so we would stop in, go through the colored door, and you come into a lobby, which was colored and white, but I think we sat on one side and we sat on the other, and we'd go get some water. So this little white girl was in there one day when I stopped, and so she said to me, "Is your water chocolate?" And I said, "No." And yours vanilla? I said, "No." So we both switched, and we drank from each other's fountain. Mind you, the fountains were set, two fountains, but one pipe, and the water would come up. So that was one episode that started, and then I'm very social. I like people. The next thing that I did was, along with Sunday school, BYF, recreation at East End, I also joined the NAACP in Suffolk. And that was another social activity for me that started, I think that was like 58, 59 that we started doing that. It also was the time when they started with the sit-ins in North Carolina. I'm not sure if I knew much about that, but I did know what they were doing with the NAACP. That is, if you joined, you could go to the dances for 25 cents. That was really important to me. Well, Rayfield Vines and Mickey Allman were kind of like the leaders. I don't know if they were president or whatever, but we decided that we would integrate W. Woolworths in Suffolk as well as People's Drug Store. So each day that we were going to do that, we would meet at the Union Hall and get directions, and we would go to whichever site that we were supposed to go to that day. We walked peacefully from Union Hall, which was right down the street from 523, and East End, and we would walk down, and people would line up like it was a parade. We would go to the site, and we would have money in case we would be served. The first time I remember, we went to Woolworths, and one of the girls was sitting there, so she ordered a fruit drink. There was a gentleman, white guy sitting beside her. He also ordered something along with the fruit drink. So when the clerk set the drink down, she picked the glass up and drank it. And the clerk was so upset, she just took the glass and smashed it. Well, after that episode, she left the money and we left out. Another time, I think this was also at Woolworths, one of our church members, another girl was sitting there, and then somebody spit on her. Well, we had been told that certain things might come and we were not to react to it, stuff like that. And I was like, oh, thank God she didn't spit on me. But I don't think I would have done anything because I had been trained or taught not to. But she was spit on. That was another thing that happened. And then the last thing that I remember that happened with sit-ins was at People's. I had a very close girlfriend. She was very fair. She had straight hair. And she had cousins from Skeetertown, which is an area in Suffolk where everybody looked white. And so MacArthur was her cousin. So he and his sister walked straight into People's. Now, they used to have guys from Suffolk High who guard the doors, their little part-time job. They didn't even let us in. If we came in, they knew we were going to sit down. So they just kept us out. So MacArthur and his sister went on in, sat down, ate, and came out. When MacArthur came out, he came straight to me. Like really said, "Sandra, you better come to my party Saturday." The white guy knew then that he was black. And he left the door. He said, "I can't have this job because I don't know who's black and who's white." So he left. And that was the only time that I was directly involved with that part. Well, after that, we went to, my mother was scared. So she went to Reverend Word. Reverend Word said, a little child should leave her alone. Which she did. And I remember all of our parents writing these notes. And we got to go to the court trial for Raphael and Mickey Armin. And they let them free us soon, because after that we went to Woolworths, which had moved, and we could stand up at anything you want, but you couldn't sit down. Now, the real problem with that was there was a black guy who used to sell hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff, drinks, behind Woolworths or Penny's or somewhere back that way. And when they integrated started in this bag of food, his job, he lost business, and that was stuff like, wow. After I thought about it later, I'm like, wow, this man lost his job because we integrated the stores. See, there was no longer going back there to get hot dogs. We could go to Woolworths or People's. Well, after that was over, 2 years later, I graduated and went to Morgan State University. I think it was college then. And they had like a mall. And in the shopping mall, they had a theater where we could go there for our food and snacks. And I think they even had some we could buy clothing there. But they had a movie theater. Mind you, I never even liked movies. I've never liked movie theaters, but it was something that we were going to do. We got together. And so how they did it was, the boys would go one night, the girls would go another night, and then Wednesday was going to be both boys and girls. So my roommate said, well, you're going to go Tuesday? I said, I'll go Tuesday, you go with the mixed group. So on Monday night, we took hamburgers and drinks to the guys, and then Tuesday, they did the same thing. Well, there were about, I guess, 15 or more of us in one cell. And they had like 2 wooden things that you sleep on. Woo, it was horrible. And to me, I was like, there's no way I would go something like this. But anyway, every time the lady would lock the door, we'd say somebody would go to the bathroom, so she had to keep doing it. So finally she said, you all are not going to go anywhere. So she just left it open. So it was like 2 cells, and we could just walk back and forth. And that was fine until somebody saw a mouse. And everybody scrambled to get at the top. All right. Well, the next morning was breakfast, which was horrible. And we were in there to almost 11 o'clock. Now, see, the guys got out of there before 9, about 9. Right, I guess the court opened at 9. They were home. They were back at the campus, maybe 10. 11 o'clock, we were still in jail. I was really getting to have a fit. Well, backing up a bit, I remember calling home, because that was one thing we knew, that you had a phone call. And I called home, and my daddy answered. He said, well, I'm not going to be bothered with her in no jail up there, having going somewhere in the bar. And so my mother came home, and she said, she did answer the phone, and I told her what had happened. And so she, of course, called Reverend Word again, and he consoled her. But anyway, we did go to court the next day. And Constance Motley, Thurgood Marshall were our attorneys, and that was really impressive. When especially later he became Chief Justice of the United States, and she did a lot of work for civil rights also. And I was glad to have, even though they did, it was maybe 30 of us, so it wasn't like a trial where they called my name personally, it was just all of us heard it in there together, and they defended us, and we were let go. The next day was Wednesday, and they all went. You had to be in a certain part of the line in order to get arrested. So they went, thinking they were going to the jail. They took them to prison. Oh, I was so glad I didn't go that day. So they went Wednesday to the prison. When they got to prison, they had to take a shower. No way to straighten hair. That's when afros came out. As well as James Brown's song, Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud. Well, they were there Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday in the prison. I know it was at least 3 days. I don't know if it was longer than that. They were all, and classes were, kind of cut and everything. There was a white college down the street. I don't know the name of it, but some of the students from there also joined with us. So it was like a mixed group after a while. They went to prison. They came back, and to support them when they came back out of prison, we all washed our hair, to get that afro look, and we had, of course, a big dance afterwards. So that's major my involvement with it. I did things for maybe another reason, but afterwards I knew that I had been a part of making things better for everyone. When we graduated from high school, my class was one of the first, I don't know if it's the only, but I know we were the first ones to send an invitation to Suffolk High to invite them to our prom. Well, we didn't get a response. They didn't come, and they certainly didn't send us one. But we did send them an invitation to come to be a part of us. So I've been involved with integration on a different level than I even knew I was doing. I just did things. It was the right thing to do when I didn't do it for the reason that Dr. King did it. I did it because it was a social opportunity. It was in vogue to do that. I was never, ever afraid. I've never been afraid of confronting injustice. I speak out for it, and that's what I did, basically. I taught school, and I taught history, and I don't remember sharing my jail experience with them in public schools, but I did give my students deeper historical facts about things that did happen during the integration period. I didn't go to any integrated schools ever, and I kind of liked it. I liked that, being integrated. And with hindsight, my sisters all did. Joyce, I think Joyce was one of the first that went to Suffolk High. It was about 5 of them, and she had a lot of concerns. Things happened to her, that were me. I was already out of college by the time she got into high school, but it was a very different time, and like I said, I enjoyed being a part of that, but didn't realize what the significance of it. I just didn't realize it. And I always keep in mind that when Reverend said to Mama, a little child should lead them, I was thinking I was doing what Christ wanted me to do, not with the same maturity of understanding direction from Christ as I have today, but it was that he said that, and that's what Christ has said, that made me happy that I had been part of that, to be obedient to him and to help others. I hope to be to understand what we went through, and I kind of enjoyed sharing that whenever I had a chance here at East Stand, especially the kids that were growing up. I enjoyed saying I was a part of making Suffolk a better place to live in, to that I was a part of making the world a better place to live in, and that people would treat people the same to some levels, you know, and that made me happy. So.